So the game that I've been waiting for quite some time is finally here. We finished up the Midwest Division, or Route 66, and then we finished up Detroit. I was looking back, I was kind of surprised that Detroit was used up there, because you've still got teams from the Pistons and the Bulls and the Pacers and all those. You'd think that Detroit would have been the hub there. Maybe it's Chicago, or maybe it's Indiana, I'm not sure, but I'm sure there's some there's going to be an interesting court there to be playing some of these battles on. But yeah, moving on to the cage. Once again, I was surprised. I thought it would be Rucker, but maybe Ruckus for later on. And very first matchup is against Philadelphia 76ers. This will be the most difficult challenge, I think, for this division. At this time, the conference was quite weak. It was starting to show signs of the huge disparity between the two conferences, and the Sixers were the only real competitive team from start to finish that season. I mean, the Bucks came on quite late and were very good in the playoffs. And probably unlucky, really, to lose to Philly. But Philly's going to be the most difficult game in this division or conference, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a division, or this challenge. Pick a word, any word. But regardless, let's have a look at the matchups. Obviously, I was a little bit surprised that they went with Snow. I mean, Snow's not a bad player, but I was expecting McKee. I mean, Aaron McKee, he wasn't a starter that year, but he was the Sixth Man of the Year, and by far and away their second best scorer. There's a very generous role for Snow on a three-pointer. But offensively, you would have thought that they would have gone with McKee, because he wasn't too bad of a defender either. But Snow's not too bad, and gives him a defensive identity around the perimeter, along with Mutombo in the middle. And speaking of Mutombo, I went with Zoe just for that matchup, so you could, you have the two college teammates going at it. They're both from Georgetown. Actually, come to think of it, 3 of the 6 players in this game are from Georgetown. Iverson's from Georgetown, and Mutombo and Mourning. And then I went with T-Mac as well, just because, look, there was one play towards the end of the 2001 season where T-Mac goes right down the lane and dunks on him in a pretty meaningless regular season game. It was such a vicious dunk, and I wanted to see if I could sort of replicate it. And I went with Jordan just because I wanted to go heads up Iverson, but because Snow's playing, Snow goes to the point guard and Iverson goes to the 2, and Jordan is playing point for me because I got McGrady and Alonzo in, so I don't really get that head-to-head battle that I wanted, but it's okay, it's alright. You see me going down the lane with Jordan just a second ago for a dunk, and I'm heading towards a game breaker. Iverson is everything that I expected. I expected him to be dominant. I had a little bit of concerns because some video games don't like to give him the respect for his jump shot, and if you don't give him that respect with his jumper, he's quite a worthless player, really, because he can't finish around especially in a game like this. You could just sag right off him with a much bigger defender and dare him to try and finish over the top of you. That was a nice block by Jordan on him. Somehow, that was a miss. I remember playing that, and I thought, how did that go in? Because it came up like with the combo and everything, but it was actually a defensive combo. There's T-Mac breaking down a few players and putting up a game-breaking shot. Pretty much all my game-breaking shots are from there. I'm yet to get a game-breaking dunk. I've had a lot of them on me from the CPU, but I'm yet to actually experience one. I want to get one. I've taken some two-pointer game breakers, but for whatever reason, I just can't seem to get a game-breaking dunk. It's all well and good though. I've got an 11-7 lead here. They're about halfway towards their game breaking themselves, so they should get that before I get anywhere near my second one, and that should make things a bit interesting. There's Mutombo inside with a big dunk. Mutombo isn't as dominant defensively as I expected him to be. He got dunked on quite a few times in this. There's T-Mac getting a friendly roll, and I'm kind of disappointed. Like, I get that it's a street ball game, but there should be a post-up ability, because when you play pickup basketball, I know this is over the top and it's not really fair to... let me interrupt myself there. I've been waiting for that to happen when I've put it up off the glass and it rolls in because it's too close. It's right all around the rim, and that is so cool that a game 15 years ago was able to do that, was able to recognize the physics of the ball and not pre-script it, which is... Look, a lot of the times with 2K, I get the feeling that's what they do. There's they've activated their game breaker, and I'm trying to bait them into taking a dunk, and I'll live with that one. I didn't want them getting a 4-point swing on me. But yeah, so the game is now 12-11, very much in the balance. Mutombo's dancing around, which is all well and good. But now it's time to really step it up into another gear. Jordan, that was a sweet move and a quick fadeaway over the top of Eric Snow in the open court. Snow gives it right back to him, but T-Mac is such an underrated defender in this game. And there's Alonzo rattling it in. The game is very iffy when it comes to momentum and towards the basket, which is all, it's okay. I mean, you don't want to dunk on every single play, but sometimes, you know, my heart's in my mouth when Alonzo or someone puts up a soft shot around the front of him. There's Jordan with a sweet move and finishing off with a left-handed dunk. I got a 3-point lead here, and if I can keep the ball out of Iverson's hands, I'm pretty confident they won't be able to hit a 3. There's Dikembe being a monster inside offensively. Dikembe in this game was actually a bigger force offensively than defensively. There's a big facial served up by Jordan. Spin move and then goes right through Mutombo. 3-point lead still with 5 points to go. It's 16-13. Eric Snow breaking it down a little bit. Still, I'm happy if he wants to shoot jumpers with Eric Snow, or if he wants to just get alley-oops with Mutombo. They're not really going to break it up. I still don't know what happened with that play there when Mutombo just, like, I think it was McGrady just threw it right to Mutombo. 16-15. Now it's, you know, I've got to get at least one stop, I reckon, to win this game. I saw Mourning coming up there, but I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to risk the turnover, so I just finished it up there. Still got a 2-point lead. There's the stop that I'm looking for, and with Mourning coming over with a big block, dishing to Jordan. That was a sweet sequence actually. And now we've got Iverson bringing the ball back up, gets it up to Snow, just dancing with him, waiting for the defensive set, which I'm very happy with. I'll live with that. Still don't want any threes. Huge dunk by Iverson going down the lane. Very impressive. But his teammate coming back down. Big screen by Mourning. For whatever reason, I don't dish it to him. We'll go back to Jordan, who's in the backcourt. That's not good. Does a slip and slide and ends up dunking the ball, which is good considering it was about 5 or 6 seconds to work with the basketball there, and he was able to make something happen. 3-point lead, only 2 points to go. Even if they hit a 3 here, I'm not going to be worried. Big block by Zoe on I've had a mental break there for a second. And then a clutch bucket on the other end, and I'm only 1 bucket away from getting Iverson, which will be exciting. So if I get Iverson, then next game I will definitely be running with the 3-guard alignment, which I was talking about. But his T-Mac up the court. Jordan gives it right back to him, and then T-Mac serves up a facial on Eric Snow for the busted rim and the victory.